Bears urged to solve key issue early in free agency. The Chicago Bears are at a crossroads, and free agency is the moment to fix a glaring weakness: center. For years, the team has struggled to find consistency in the middle of the offensive line. Last season, Ryan Poles took a chance on Coleman Shelton. It didn't work. Too much pressure up the middle, too many blown assignments, too many times Caleb Williams had nowhere to go. That has to change, and it has to change fast. The Bears have assets. They have cap space. They have a front office determined to turn this team into a contender. But to do that, they need a rock-solid anchor at center. That's why the Bears must target Drew Dalman or Ryan Kelly in free agency. These aren't just upgrades, they're necessities. Let's talk about Caleb Williams. The Bears are expected to draft him first overall, and if they do, protecting him is priority number one. Rookie quarterbacks struggle when they don't have a clean pocket, and interior pressure is the most disruptive force in football. A shaky center can ruin an offense. Just look at the struggles in recent years. Bad snaps, missed blocks, and failed communication. With Ben Johnson running the offense, a strong interior line is even more crucial. His scheme in Detroit relied on Frank Ragnow, one of the best centers in the league. Now Johnson comes to Chicago, and he needs his own version of Ragnow. Drew Dalman or Ryan Kelly could be that guy. A good center does more than just snap the ball. He's the brain of the offensive line. He makes protection calls, adjusts to blitzes, and keeps everything in sync. If the Bears ignore this position, it will affect everything, from the passing game to the running game to Caleb Williams' development. The Bears cannot afford another year of instability. Dalman is a beast in the run game. He finished as Pro Football Focus's fourth highest-rated center in 2024, trailing only elite names like Creed Humphrey and Frank Ragnow. His 78.8 overall grade was no fluke. He's an exceptional run blocker, and with the Bears committed to a strong ground attack, he'd fit perfectly. He's only 26, he's entering his prime. He allowed a career low pressure rate of 3.7% last season. That's elite. But he won't come cheap. The Falcons want to keep him, and other teams will be in the mix. Projected salary? Somewhere between $13 to $16 million per year. That's a steep price, but the Bears can afford it. And more importantly, they can't afford not to make this move. The Bears need an offensive line leader, and Dalman fits that role. His ability to command the trenches, his intelligence in reading defenses, and his consistency in both run and pass blocking make him the ideal candidate. He has the potential to anchor Chicago's line for years to come. If the Bears miss out on Dalman, Ryan Kelly should be the next call. He's 31, so he's not a long-term answer, but he's a rock-solid veteran. He's been a Pro Bowler. He's been one of the best centers in the league for almost a decade. He knows what it takes to lead an offensive line. Kelly has said he wants to see what's out there in free agency, but he also mentioned he'd like to stay in Indianapolis. The Colts might be moving on, though, with Tanner Bortolini waiting in the wings. If that happens, Chicago needs to act fast. Projected salary? Around $8 to $13 million per year. Not cheap, but for a short-term fix, it makes sense. Williams needs protection. The Bears need leadership on the line. Kelly could provide both. His experience is invaluable. He has faced the best defensive tackles in the league and held his own. He understands the mental game as much as the physical, making pre-snap adjustments and keeping his unit aligned. For a young quarterback like Williams, having a center with that level of football IQ could be a game changer. This isn't a situation where the Bears can wait and see what happens. The free agent market at center is thin. If Chicago doesn't land Dalman or Kelly, the options drop off fast. Coleman Shelton is still out there, but we already know how that went. Beyond that, not much. And the draft doesn't offer an instant fix either. The best center prospects in 2025 aren't expected to go until the third round or later. That's a problem. The Bears have to act fast. Free agency moves quickly, and when top-tier players hit the market, they don't last long. Chicago has the resources to be aggressive. They need to use them. Other teams are also looking for center upgrades. The Falcons could try to retain Dalman. The Colts might push to bring Kelly back. If the Bears hesitate, they could miss out, and then they'd be scrambling for second-tier options. Let's paint a picture. Imagine Caleb Williams stepping onto the field in week 1, knowing he has a reliable center in front of him. The snaps are clean. The communication is sharp. The pass protection holds up. The running game has a dominant force up the middle. Now imagine the alternative. Another season of instability, another year of pressure up the middle, another season where the offense can't fully function because the interior line keeps breaking down. That can't happen. Not in this new era of Bears football. A good center doesn't just help the quarterback. He helps the entire offense. The run game benefits from cleaner blocking lanes. The guards play better with a stable presence next to them. The play calling becomes more aggressive when the offensive line is reliable. Everything improves. The Bears have to make a move. Whether it's Drew Dalman or Ryan Kelly, they can't afford to go into next season with uncertainty at center. They've invested in their offensive weapons. They've got a new head coach with an elite offensive mind. They're set up for success, but only if they get this right. Free agency is coming fast. The Bears need to be ready. They need to be aggressive, and they need to solve this problem before it becomes a crisis. Because this isn't just another offseason move. This is the foundation for the future of the franchise. The front office has a chance to set the tone for a new era of Bears football. They've built momentum. They have a plan. Now they need to execute. If they get the center position right, everything else falls into place. Caleb Williams can thrive. The offense can function at a high level, and the Bears can finally take that step toward becoming a legitimate contender. It's time to make a statement. It's time to fix the center position once and for all.